Hello, citizens, and welcome back. And we are back after a couple of months, a couple of busy months for myself and the club as well. You know, the Premier League is back next season. So, yeah, we're full on now, almost. So, we're going to get started right here. And we're going to talk about City's hopes for the season. We're going to talk about a few transfers and a few other things as well. So, yeah, hit like, hit subscribe. Let's jump into it. So, you know, the Club World Cup was just a few weeks ago, and I think City started off the competition quite well, and I was full of praise for them, to be honest, the way they were playing. You know, we were pressing like City of old, not like last season when we were a disaster in pretty much the whole campaign. But yeah, we were pressing really well. The team looked happy. Pep looked re-energized too, which was really good because he's got to be getting tired now. He's got to be sick and tired of us, sick and tired of the Premier League, and just ready to move on with his life. But yeah, everyone looked like they're in good shape as well. But that last game when we got knocked out, it was a mess, wasn't it? We went back to the City of old. You know, we stopped pressing, we stopped working as a team. Everyone just shoulders slumped down. Pep looked unhappy. It was just disappointing to see that still, even with that fresh start, the players just not willing to, I don't know, it's like they weren't giving their all. I know they were giving their all. We're just not good enough, I suppose. And we need more players in than it showed where we were lacking, which is midfield, defence, you know, the goalkeeper situation, you know, up front as well at times when Haaland's not playing. We're just lacking all over the pitch. And that brings me on to a couple of the signings that we've made. So look, Cherki, you know, I don't know whether he's going to be a starter. I can't see him being a starter. I'm not really sure because who's he going to leave out? Is he going to leave Foden out? I can't really see it. Even though Foden has obviously had a bad season last year and it's not really getting much better for him. And then you look at who else? Reinder came in. He looks good. I will say he does look like a talent boy. He came in, had a good start, but then the last couple of games, you know, I know Pep wasn't playing for 49 minutes. It wasn't like, you know, giving him that consistency. And that's one of the things Pep does. He doesn't give players consistency. And in the World Club Cup, he did the same thing. He kept rotating players in and out, kept changing full 11s, and he shouldn't be doing that. You know, not in that competition. That wasn't the one to do it. And he can't do that with the Premier League either, which he might have to do with the number of midfielders that we've got. But he dropped off as well. Mamouche as well, up and down. Again, lots of changes. Every time Pep takes him out of the team, you know, Mamouche will play really well. Pep leaves him out, he comes back as a game, and he's not quite up to it. Only plays him for 10-5 minutes, whatever that's all about. The defence as well, the swapping and changing in defence has to stop as well. He's got to stick with a solid back four, Pep. And for me, honestly, this is my back four. I don't know all about you, but you've got Diaz should be in the middle. Khusanov should be in the middle. Vardio should be on the left. Or Aït-Nouri. Give Aït-Nouri the left then. Or Vardio in the middle with Diaz. And then Khusanov on the right. That for me would be our back four. Khusanov, Vardio, Diaz, Aït-Nouri. And only change them when they're getting injured or they get tired or something like that. Now, I know, you know, Ake's done well when he's been in there, but for me, he's too slow for the Premier League in general. I think he's too slow for the way we play. If he was at a team like Bournemouth, he looks really good because he's not going to push up to the halfway line. But with us, push up to the halfway line, we need pace. And he hasn't got that. When Ake runs, it's like he's in treacle or something. So he's not a player for us. For someone else, he would be fantastic. He's a great defender. I love him. I think he's fantastic. He's just not got the pace. And I don't think he's got it for 90 minutes either. So for me, the back four should never change from what that is. It's an attacking defence. It's one that can get on that halfway line as well. It's still not got the full pace to get back and defend, but it will get up and down the pitch. And like I said, there's a lot of dynamic partnerships in there as well. You know, you got Vardio and Diaz, then you got Vardio and Aït-Nouri. I think they'll be really good together. You got Khusanov, and you think probably work with anyone, to be honest. Like I said, I just don't think anything really phases him. You look at that Chelsea game, his debut, when he had an absolute mare. After that 10-15 minutes, fantastic. And he's been fantastic for us since. In goal, big situation. You know, we got Trafford back in now. I'm surprised we let him go in the first place, but we brought him back in. Didn't break the bank for him, which was good to know because, you know, we like to sell players on and then they go for hundreds of millions afterward. So fortunately, we've gone back on fairly cheap, I suppose. And I think it was cheaper than what whoever was that went in from. I can't remember who it was, but we got it cheaper than that. Was it Bournemouth or someone? I'm not really sure. But yeah, Ederson's probably going to start in goal. And a lot of people have been saying, well, Ederson's going to move on. We need to get rid of Ederson. But you got to look at it. In that Club World Cup, Pep made a big statement. And the big statement was who his captains were for the season. Because for the first time, he's picked the captains. And this is one of the things when everyone goes about, oh, well, Bernardo move on. Will Ederson move on? Well, Ederson's one of the captains. Bernardo's one of the captains. Diaz is one of the captains. And Haaland is one of the captains. And for me, whoever's the Pepper's made captain, he wants there for the full season ahead. So none of them are going to move on. So yeah, you're going to stuck with Bernardo, you're going to get stuck with Edison. So I don't really know why Trafford's coming. I don't know where he's going to play. Is he going to be the second choice? Is Ortega going to move on, which would be a shame because I think he's a good goalkeeper. But either, Edison has to get much better. I know he can kick the ball, but saving-wise, he's absolutely atrocious. Other than the last end of that treble-winning season, which I think he was unbelievable for them last few months. And the Champions League in particular, he had that final. Honestly, that save at the end, he doesn't get enough credit for that. That was an incredible save to keep that header out from that final corner. But yeah, he has to do much better. He has to be more consistent as well. But that goes for the whole team as well. Consistency. We struggle. Well, I look at this team now, it's consistency because we can't do it for 2 games in a row for some reason. We absolutely collapse. The number of times I saw last season when we would win a game and they'd go, oh, sit your back, they've scored 4 goals in this one. And then the next game we go and do none of what we did the week before and we go and get battered. That can't do it. And I did it in the Club World Cup as well. I was praising them. I was saying, sit your back. It feels like the City of old. And then we go and put in a shocking performance again. So this Premier League season, I'm going to go in not trusting them, which is different to how it was last season when we went into it and I trusted them. We just won 4 leagues in a row and I felt like they could do anything and they had the ability and the confidence. I don't feel that. And it's crazy how quick a year can change things. But this City team, I do not trust. And a big part of that is Pep, that he doesn't change the system enough. He doesn't adapt to how things are going. And I saw a great comment a couple of weeks ago, and I meant to use it in a video then. But Pep, he's an unbelievable coach, fantastic coach, best coach in the world, but he's a god-awful manager. He is such a bad manager. Like I said, the constant rotating of players. I know it's a full squad game and you need to give players time and whatnot, and different players offer different things. But honestly, the way he manages players, and we've seen it for a long time now, when he whinged for years, and I've said this before, he whinged for years about getting 5 substitutes in. Oh, we need 5 substitutes. Players are so tired. We need 5 substitutes. And then when we got 5 substitutes, for the first 2 years, like when we had Alvarez, he would just bring Alvarez on for 1 minute of the 90. That was it. He'd make 1 sub the whole game, not change anything. It's 0-0 or it's 1-1 or something like that, or we're getting beat 1-0 or 2-1. And he makes 1 sub the whole match. It's in the 90th minute and it's Alvarez. I saw him do that so many times, particularly in Alvarez's first season with us. It's not good enough. So Pep needs to adapt. Pep needs to change things as well. He's got a whole new backroom staff, which should help. I think that was part of the reason why in the Club World Cup he was more excited. He was much more re-energized. He was getting new ideas in as well. I think that line as his assistant's going to help massively. But yeah, he needs to get better. The defence needs to get better. And I think that is playing consistent as well. Keeping the same back 4 rather than keep rotating them in and out. I know we had a lot of injuries. We got to keep with a solid back 4. The foundation of any Premier League winning team is the back 4. The midfield, without De Bruyne, do we have a match winner? It's tough to say. I don't see one. Gundogan isn't the match winner. He comes over clutch moments, sure, but he's the one tapping it in from 2 yards. He's not the one creating the chance. And like I said, you've got the new signing, Cherky. Is he a match winner? Possibly, but is he going to start games? More than likely, no. He's going to come on for the last 10, 15 minutes, I reckon, mostly. So he's Foden the match winner because I think that was supposed to be the point. I thought Foden was going to be the one stepping in De Bruyne's shoes, and I thought that for years. And the last season that Foden just had, my God, if he doesn't pick up in this one, he could be gone by the end of the season. Out wide, Doku, fantastic, quick player, good with his feet, can get past the player, no end product, useless half the time. So he's not the answer either. On the right-hand side, Savinho. I don't know what Savinho brings. He's got a lot of pace. He works hard. He does. And again, he puts a lot of crosses into the box, which is not a lot of people do that. He does get crosses in. But again, no end products and rushes it too much. Still needs a couple of seasons, possibly. He's not the finished product. He's still fairly young. But he's not it either. And Pep last season was adamant on playing Doku and Savinho. He actually put pace into the team. He actually played with fast wide men. He took Bernardo out there. He took Grealish out of there as well to put pace in. But then he plays them both wrong. He's got to switch them. He's got to put Savinho on the left and Doku on the right. So it's much more natural for them. I think they both had much more success. But again, that goes back to good coach, crap manager. Haaland, we're not using him properly. We haven't used him properly since day one. And I've said he would be fantastic in the Liverpool team. A team that counter-attacks with pace. A team that gets over the pitch quickly, plays the ball in front of him. But when you're playing into his feet, asking him to hold up the ball all the time, and you're not whipping balls into the box, Haaland's pointless. He's pointless. He gets a lot of goals. He'll get a lot of tappings, but we're not using him to his full ability. Pep, good coach, crap manager. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I need to see improve. And so far, I haven't seen it. I know we've only had the Club World Cup and we've got our last friendly tomorrow against Palmeiras, but it needs to be better. The whole thing needs a big change. And I don't think we've got enough players in to force them changes, because I don't see Pep doing anything different. And teams have sussed us out. If you sit deep against us, hit it long over the defence, you're in. And you'll win by 3 or 4. It's crazy how much we collapse. So yeah, players' fitness is also a massive problem, because last season, the number of games, again, go back to the Champions League when we're 3-0 up and threw it away in 10 minutes. And that was the only time we did it against United. We did it multiple times. So lots of things need to change. And Pep's insistent on playing wingers at fullback, like Nunes. Nunes is fantastic when he's in the front 3. But in the back 4, he shouldn't be anywhere near there. And I'm not blaming Nunes. He had some shocking moments again, that United game at the Etihad. Oh my God. But still, it's not his fault. It's Pep. Good coach, crap manager. He just can't work it out. He's like, I'm going to play my way, not change my philosophy. And you're just going to get battered, because, like I said, teams have sussed us out. There's new ways to play now. Now, everyone's trying to copy him. He still thinks everyone's trying to copy his style of play. And they're not. So they're beating us. And we can't go through another Christmas period like we did then. We have to start off the Premier League strong. And we've got some pretty tough games. We've got Tottenham at home. They're never easy. They've got Frank in charge now. And he was doing a great job with Brentford, so he's going to cause us problems. So yeah, I do think we're still a bit short. I do think we need a couple more defenders, to think about loaning other ones out as well. And I just think he's not giving the right players the opportunities. I don't know what he's got against Khusanov. I've no clue. What he's got against Grealish, I've no clue there either, because Grealish was fantastic for us. And taking him out of the team, for me, was the wrong decision. But if you want to play pace, then play pace, but then make them attack the box, give them an end product. They don't have any of that. Yeah, what else? That's about it, really. Look, fact is, where do I see us finishing for the Premier League this year? We're not winning it. There's no chance. Liverpool are going to spend another 150 million now on Isaac. They've just had one bid rejected. They've got a hell of a team, Liverpool. They're building something special there. They're going to dominate this year, I think. And then you've got Arsenal as well. They've improved massively. They finally got a good striker, and he's always going to score lots and lots of goals for them. So yeah, we are bought players. We spent wisely. I think the money we bought players for, like Jerky, I think good bargains. It could have been a lot worse for us. But will Pep use them effectively, efficiently, and wisely? Probably not, and I wouldn't be surprised if you just see Jerky play like 5 sub games or something all season. I mean, he won't, but kind of nonsense that happens at City. So yeah, I don't think we'll win it. I don't think we'll finish second. Top 3, I think, is best we can hope for, but we need a much improved season, because, like I said, we another bad season. And I say a bad season. We got in the Champions League. We finished. Was it 4th? We finished. I think it was 4th. I've not even no idea. But we do need we do need to improve, because it is boring at the Etihad just watching us play the same crappy sideways backwards football. Regardless if we win or lose, I still want to see us attack. I still want to see us put teams to the sword. When we're 1 goal up, 2 goals up, I want to see us go for 4, 5, 6 like we were a couple of years ago, because that's what teams do against us, and teams have been punishing us for far too long now. So this season, top 3, yeah, doable. Champions League, I expect better performances, especially. We played Dutch team this season. I don't want us to draw 3-3 after being 3-0 with 10 minutes to go. And at domestic trophies as well. I'm sick of reaching the FA Cup final and not winning it. It's embarrassing. It's getting embarrassing. There's some embarrassing results from last season. We need to improve. And that's it. Yeah. Let me know in the comments what your predictions are for the season. Let me know what you think Pep can do better. Let me know your starting 11 for the season. Yeah, just give me what you think. And I will see you again very shortly. It's Palmeiras tomorrow. I'll probably talk about the game, so I'll probably do a match reaction. So thank you very much for watching. Thanks for checking out. Thanks for sticking with us. I know we don't post a lot, but we will be doing now. The season started, because we're back, and we'll see. We'll see if I can get rival fans on it as well. Even though we're a very small channel, and we only get like 100 views a video, I will try and get other fans on and get their opinions as well. We'll try and do that, because I did it last season for an Arsenal channel, and I quite enjoyed it. So I like to see if getting people on here and going on their channels as well, just to mix things up a bit, because I like to see what other people think of us. It's probably not good. But thank you very much. Have fun, enjoy, and hit like, hit subscribe. Bye bye.